Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So,
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Happy return to Rising and Grinding.
Happy first Rise and Grind in July.
First Rising and
Even
Grinding.
though it's like the last weekend.
Oh, wow. It is the first one in July, isn't it?
The last weekend.
Well,
Getting back into action, right?
Getting back at it.
So we are on episode number 17. Return from the hiatus. As Talon spills coffee all over. I don't think you realize that, like, when you have a straw, you keep your cup level.
You don't have to tip it to drink it.
Tipping's not encouraged. So, episode 17, Return from the Hiatus. And what we wanted to talk about today is a fitting topic for, being gone from something for a while, something that was a habit, but restarting a broken habit.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about creating good habits, goal setting, and all that stuff. But, like, what do you do when you fall off the bandwagon?
Because it's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. And, I don't think that it fell off of this like it's falling off of a habit. There's just other things going on, right?
It's summer.
It's summer. You had a bunch of tournaments.
I did.
I had some travel.
You did.
There were some other, summer activities I wanted to do, like go to a farmer's market on Saturday morning, right during Rise and Grind. So, I have to, we just have to take time off, like, for ourselves sometimes. But now we're going to be back in action for probably about 2 weeks. And then I'm traveling for another 2 weekends, going to Boston with my family for a weekend, and then out to Arizona to spend some time with Michael Burnoff. And then we'll be back after that.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So talking about restarting broken habits. And good morning, Kelly.
Morning, Kelly.
Kim's mom. She's like one of our biggest fans.
Good morning, Kelly.
Kim's mom and your mom and my mom, I think, are biggest
always
fans. And Keith.
Always get a share from my mom. Shout out, and Keith.
So
what do you do when you what's your first step when you break a habit? Not that you're a big habit. I've never known you to be a habit breaker.
No, I usually don't break habits, but I'll like fall off, right? I was working out a ton for a while, and then I decided to tear both meniscuses in my knee, and I fell off the habit of working out.
You heard it here. He made the decision.
Right? It's not like I couldn't have kept working out my upper body.
Yeah.
But I stopped everything. So, it's a broken habit.
Yeah.
But, the first thing that you have to do is just admit that you're at fault for breaking it.
Okay.
And figure out why. Like, why did it happen?
Got it. So you have to figure out what did you do that made it happen? For sure. And then how do we fix this?
For sure. Like, Rise and Grind. We took 1 weekend off.
And then
it was another weekend. And then it was another weekend. And, the first weekend we took off, we didn't mean for it to break our habit. It was, we're going to miss one episode, right?
Yeah.
But from there, we just...
And it was like, well, I'm driving to New Jersey. I'm driving to Missouri. I can't go.
Driving to the Ren Fair. Buying spears.
It was a sword this time.
A giant sword.
Actually, yeah. It's pretty sweet. Check it out.
Yeah, but, like, if you review your faults and your failures of why your habit started and you don't do anything with it, it's not going to provide you any value in the future. So what you want to do is you want to take whatever stopped you before and just like stew on it a little bit. Try to think about, when you try to restart this habit, is it going to come up again? Is something else going to come up? And actually work that into your plan, right?
What am I going to do when I can't do this for a week?
Yeah. And give yourself permission to have faults, right? If you go into your plan and you give yourself permission to make a mistake or miss a day or miss a week or whatever it is to break your habit, right? If you give yourself that permission, it's a lot easier to restart than it is to if you don't, right? Otherwise, you're like, oh, I missed it. I'm going to be lazy now, sort of a thing.
That happens a lot.
For sure.
I feel like, yeah.
For sure.
So what do you do to like keep yourself going? Do you do a reward system, or what are you doing to reward yourself for keeping the habits? Do you find that that's a good tactic?
I think it really depends on what the habit is.
Okay.
For Rise and Grind, we had a bunch of people ask us like, hey, where have you guys been? And that's kind of my reward. Is like, oh man, people have been watching this and we haven't been doing it.
People are watching this and they were like, what's going on?
But, if it's working out your thing, maybe your reward is just stepping on the scale. Maybe your reward is, seeing the gains.
Why do I have this habit? Why did I build this habit? What am I doing it for? That's good.
Right.
Trackable reward.
Some people do give themselves physical rewards, right? So if I, do really well at this or whatever it may be, I'm going to go on vacation or I'm going to buy myself something.
Yeah, take myself shopping.
Right. And I'm usually not that kind of a reward sort of a person. I don't reward myself with external physical things outside of that habit. I like to find habits that are rewarding by doing the habit. Just makes it a lot easier for me.
Got it. That makes sense. Cool. All right. Well, so
with those rewards though, again, it's something that you want to be upfront of in your new plan.
Okay.
Right. So create your plan with the faults that happened before. Think about any faults that are going to happen again. Right. And when you're starting a new habit, like you shouldn't just do faults after you break your habit once. You should, the first time you're trying to start something, you should be thinking about this right away. Right. So anytime you're starting a habit, you should be thinking about what faults are going to come up and how you're going to overcome them and allow yourself to do them. And if something does come up, how are you going to
prepare for challenges? Right. I think we talked about that when we went over an episode of getting over challenges.
Challenge preparation, right? So this is almost like next level of not just a challenge, just you stopped.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get back into it, right? Creating those rewards helps you get back into it.
Diets, workout routines. I can't tell you how many times I personally have been like on a diet and then like have 1 week.
Yeah, or even like one day, like you have like a cheat meal and then, you're with a group of people then at your next meal and they're like, let's go out to eat.
And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah,
all right, let's do 2 cheat meals.
Yeah.
Right? Let's keep it escalating.
And I think part of this whole process, which is going to make it a lot easier for you guys to follow through with these things, is baby steps, small steps, big things, right? Start small, give yourself small accomplishable tasks, and as you start crushing those, you can start building up to more complex or more long-term goals, but have the small steps in between. Make it very, very simple for yourself to accomplish, and then like up the difficulty level as you progress.
Is there a term that's like starting cold turkey?
Stopping cold
turkey when you just cut off everything.
Starting cold turkey. We're going.
I don't know if that's a thing. There's got to be some other term for it, but
going all in.
Yeah, going all in. Sometimes, like if working out's your new thing, don't go to the gym and do 1,000 reps of squat and run 10 miles. And then you can't work out for like another 15 days.
You see it in martial arts all the time. Yeah,
like take it easy, ease yourself in, start small. For me, if it's a habit I've done before or a process I've done before, like, I need to cut weight for a tournament. Yeah, I will go 100% in hardcore, throw away all the terrible food at my house and just start fresh.
Boom.
But that's like I've experienced with it, right?
Before, yeah.
If it's something new for me, I'm going to start small. I want to start small, manageable, and build from there, right? It's creating your plan. Creating your plan that allows for faults. Start small. Create your rewards. Do what we've talked about with planning, with, scheduling your habit into your life, finding a way to track it, finding a way to monitor yourself. Maybe it's like a Apple Watch that counts your steps, your workouts, right? Technology's your thing. Some people have the calendar and love marking off on a calendar when they've executed their habit every day.
Have a buddy to bother you.
Yeah. Or a digital buddy that tells me to stand up every 30 minutes or something like that.
Oh, really?
That's obnoxious.
That's cool. Not really.
Or a buddy that tells you to put your seatbelt on in my car.
Yeah, if you don't know this, I have a terrible habit in Perry's car. It just starts screaming at me because I always forget to wear my seatbelt. Terrible habit. Awful. The car is really doing me a favor. But have little things like that, like what we use for our staff progress. So, what we have is this. It's called One Team, the One Team bot on Slack,
something like that,
and it will it keeps you very accountable because it will post for you in the staff group and say like, I haven't posted my goals yet. I haven't submitted my progress. And then if you ignore it, my favorite thing is if you ignore this bot, it goes, oh, I guess Kim doesn't believe buttons work.
Oh, yeah.
Like it starts making fun of you. It's so good. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah. So it's a new thing. I have some of my staff members every Monday. A automated like bot in our chat reaches out to them, and they have to set what their big 3 goals are for the week. And the 3 goals should be everything that we talk about goal setting, right? Mm-hmm. They shouldn't be small things that take 5 or 10 minutes, right? They should be the big steps that are going to progress us, or us as a team, us as a business, us as individuals to the next level, right? They have to put that in on Monday, and they enter into the bot themselves, and the bot posts everyone's goals to the chat so everyone can see it, right? So the bot's keeping them accountable for creating their goals. We keep each other accountable for hitting our goals. Every Wednesday, then, it has this update where everything's at, is it done? Is it on track? Have we not started it yet? Is there a blocker? Whatever it may be. And then you post your updates on Wednesday, and it makes you do your updates. If you don't post it, the bot yells at you.
Yep. It's awesome.
Hilarious. And then Friday, it asks you, did you do your stuff?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure most of you should have a friend, someone in your life that can do this for you. If you don't have a one-team bot, you could have say, hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call me, and I want you to see how I'm doing on Wednesday, and make fun of me if I didn't do what I said I was going to do.
Yeah. There's an app called I used it for a brief period of time, but it's called Commit to 3. It's a similar thing as the bot, but like you can create I'm pretty sure you can create a team with friends.
Okay.
And you can commit to 3 things every week, and your friends actually get the messages and stuff. Very similar fashion.
That's cool.
I'll post it.
Lots of tools these days. We have it easy.
Notes. Lots of tools.
Yeah.
Lots of distractions these days, though, too.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
If you think back when we didn't have binge watching Netflix when you want during the middle of the day, right? Back in the day, if you want to watch TV during the middle of the day, you're either watching Wheel of Fortune,
or you had your
soap operas.
Soap operas, the stories. Watching the stories with my grandma.
Yeah, right. So, while there's a lot of tools for us out there today that are digital, there's a lot of digital distractions that we have too.
That's a fact. Right. We got to sift through it.
But all this stuff, Keith said it for sure, but it's, giving yourself permission to be the person you want to be.
Yeah.
You just need to do that. And, be true to yourself.
Give yourself permission to be who you want to be.
Right. So going back through the plan again, right? So you fell off the thing. Find and admit your faults. Think about it. Meditate on it. Figure out how you're going to, give yourself permission to do that in the future, but do it in a healthy manner, right?
Allowing for yourself.
Yep. Create your rewards, whether it's something external to your habit or your habit's going to be part of your reward, right? Starting small again and building it, depending on how long your hiatus was, right? If I miss 3 days of jiu-jitsu, I can keep doing jiu-jitsu 100%. If I miss 3 weeks of jiu-jitsu, I probably need to slow it down a little bit.
Ease it back in.
Right? Using our things like scheduling, tracking, some way to monitor ourselves, having a buddy monitor for us. Use technology to your advantage, not your disadvantage. But, most importantly, is just the continuous review.
Constantly be taking a critical eye on your process.
Yeah. That can be part of whatever your monitoring system is, right? Or tracking system. Part of us doing this podcast is, our continuous review is I'll look back on the month and see how many we did, why we didn't do them. I'll look back and see how many people watched it, how many people downloaded it, and all that stuff. And that's kind of part of my continuous review. It helps me that it's a weekly thing, and every week I have to go back and see the episodes that we did and what's going to be the next episode, and plan out for a few weeks after that. But if you're not reviewing yourself and checking your progress, then why are you doing the habit?
Oh, it's a good one.
Cool.
Mr. Worth. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all we have for today, but it was nice hanging out with you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Should see you next week.
Yes.
And then the 2 middle weeks in August, there's going to be a little bit of break.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, and I hope you're enjoying your summer, and we'll see you around.
Keep rocking. Keep the good habits going. I know some of the parents are getting into school. Great time to start some good habits with your kids, getting back into the swing of non-summer things, right?
I'm starting to get that time again, amazingly.
Yeah.
I don't even have kids, and I'm like sad for all the kids that we have here, and having to go to school. But share, like, react, tag your friends, share with your friends. We want to reach as many people as possible. Help us do that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Rock on.